Good morning, guys. Man, I can't win on these shorts. Workhorse yesterday did the exact same thing as INO did last week. It did its extended move, its parabolic move, pulled back 31%, found support at the rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart, and then it just had a big rip and took out the highs, the previous day's highs. Exactly the same thing as INO did. Had its parabolic move, had a 22% pullback, found support on the rising 20 EMA, and then it had a ripped rally, took out the highs. I mean, and then it's gonna shop around for a while, and then it cracked lower. I really hope Workhorse keeps going higher to 25.30. I really hope. I mean, yeah, shorting has been choppy. Like the only, or well, I haven't shorted that much. I've only shorted INO and Workhorse and NVAX and DraftKings. DraftKings worked. Like DraftKings, I'm up like, or I was up almost 20% now, but this one was clean. I shorted it here and then it just went straight lower. And NVAX yesterday, it shook me out late day. It shook me out late day. I had such good entries on it. I had really good entries, and I ended up taking a $70,000 loss. I mean, I can't win on these. I can't win on these things. And today I'm gonna watch Nikola for a short. I'm tempted to show, like the borrow is like 60 cents per share. So it's 67 cents per share. So if I borrow like 20,000 shares, it's gonna cost me like 13K. But I think this thing could have $10 downside. Once it starts breaking below this 64 area, 63 area. I think the warrants are tradable today or exercisable today, if I understood it correctly. Wow, NIO. I should have bought it in the 740s, I guess. And oh, god damn. These things are all straight up. It's tomorrow. Well, tomorrow. Okay, it's tomorrow. So Monday. They're okay. Yeah, exactly. Monday. All right. Can't they like PR or something? Get the stock up to 70? Wow. Everything is gapping up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Tesla, I sold some more pre-market. Like this thing, I'm so happy I rebought it at $1,000 or 1,002. I'm so happy. It's up 20% since. This is such a perfect stock to trade. It's such a clean. It always, it obeys the 10 and 20 day moving averages so well. Livongo is gapping down tiny. GAN is not really even trading much pre-market. BCRX is break even. Yeah, pretty much everything is gapping higher. FMCI, like if it starts breaking that 1750, 18 area, I'm gonna rebuy a bunch of shares that I sized down. This thing could very easily go to 25 or something. BE found support on the rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart yesterday after that weird gap down and sell-off. I still don't know what the hell that was all about. And it closed very strong. And today it's gapping higher. So it looks good. D-Dog going higher. DraftKings about break even. Twilio gapping up. Shopify gapping up. Melee gapping up. PDD gapping up. PDD, I got stopped out of my ads a couple of days ago, or yesterday I think. Today I'm gonna go heavy. This thing looks good. I may go heavy on it today if I see a clean, like a tight setup. This could be a scenario where you're gonna risk 50 cents, $1, potentially make $20, $30 on the upside. RH, I bought some late day yesterday. It's surfing the rising 20-day. It's building a high tide flag. My thesis is my risk is what, $10 or so? Potentially make 30, 50 plus on the upside, maybe 70, who knows. Beely gapping higher, very nice from the ads. SC gapping higher, Labu, everything is gapping higher. HCCH, I actually sized down a little bit into the close yesterday. It closed very weak and this thing has no volume. I had almost 14,000 shares and it only traded like 350,000 shares yesterday, so I sized down a bit. I'm willing to add back if it gets volume and starts acting well. BLDP gapping higher, NCLH, BNTX had this big sell-off into the close and now it's gapping up. And Tesla obviously gapping higher. I think like if all these charts can keep going for another 3 to 5 days, like something like Tesla, if this thing could go in a straight line to like 1500, like we get some nice parabolics, man, there's gonna be some epic shorting opportunities next week. Let's see, NVAC. Man, I'm getting tired of shorting this thing. I'm just getting tired. Maybe I'll short it today if I feel. It's easy to borrow, so that's always nice. Nikola, I'm probably not going to trade it. I'm definitely not going to hold it over the long weekend short. It's super expensive. mRNA, I'm still looking for that breakdown below the 50-day. If we get that. You know, this thing has, you could easily sell off to like high mid 40s once it breaks lower. Livongo, if it can go sideways a few more days, will be a nice long setup. VXRT, I don't know if I'm just, we'll see if it sets up either way. Codex, I don't know. I'm just stalking a bunch. Fastly, I'm still watching it for a short. It's obviously not ready here. I don't even know why I have it on my watch list. There's nothing here. Zoom, maybe I'll add back to my long. I strongly feel like this is gonna go to like low 300s in a straight line. It feels like that. They can't dip this thing. INO gapping higher. I was hoping for a gap down, but whatever. There's just so many opportunities long and short right now. No need to stress. DXCM, I got stopped out yesterday, but I'm ready to get back in. Square, I'm watching for a blow-off move to like mid-hundreds or something. JD looks good, gapping up. This is the one I got sold yesterday. Or 2 days ago. But you know, this thing could easily go to 70, 75. Yeah, well, there's just so many things going on. We'll see what. Net. The entry was 2 weeks ago. Net entry was here. $30, that was the entry. DraftKings, you know what? Yeah, it could be a long setup because it bounced off the rising 50-day and now it's been going sideways. This thing could be a long setup. Yes, it could. It could. It could be. What's the hotkey? I don't know. I don't use any hotkeys. I don't know any hotkeys in TC2000. IIVI. It's a broken chart. It's not great. It's not acting well at all. In this type of market environment, like focus on the ones that are surfing the rising 20-day. This thing broke below the 20-day and it's not acting well at all. FedEx? What's going on with FedEx? Crash earnings? What does crash earnings mean? Damn it, PDD is capping more. We don't like that. Well, hype stock trading because you're a day trader. I'm not. It's all about time frames. This has not been a great market to swing short. Not for me anyways. CS, there is nothing there right now. It's a sloppy chart for now. Graph? I don't know. I don't know. It's one of these SPAC pumps. I don't know anything about it. No opinion. No opinion on graph. Yeah. It's an important concept to understand because I've lost so much money shorting front side in my, I've almost blown up several times by shorting front side. It's a really important concept to understand. Either you get a real parabolic or you short the backside. You owe me some cash? No, you don't. All right, the markets are open. Don't worry about it. You don't owe me anything. I don't know, this PDD looks explosive. There's something about it. It feels like it wants to go to like 110, 120, like a parabolic fashion. I don't know. Okay. Wait, what? I just bought 20,000 shares, so I have 27,500 shares now of PDD. It's my biggest position. It's my largest position. save. Save is right now failing its gap up. Let's see. Space triggered. Damn, NVAX triggered. I'm not in it. Fuck. Now NVAX is gonna go down. Oh my god, NVAX is gonna go down to 65 now. I oh, hate that stock. Or maybe not. Hopefully it bounces here. Okay, I just shorted a bunch of Nikola. 13,000 shares. That's all I could borrow. I couldn't locate anymore. Locate is pretty popular, I guess. Holy shit, Shopify. Wait, Shopify is almost... Oh my god, it's gonna hit 1100 today. Nice. I sold a tiny bit more of Shopify. I'm gonna also raise my stop quite a bit. Tesla. Holy shit. What an epic stock. Best stock ever. Oh shit, BDD stopped me out of those ads. Okay, took a $18,000 loss on those ads. I'm gonna rebuy if it takes out highs for the day. It had a little bit of a shakeout. Nikola straight down so far. I think Nikola could go down to like low 50s today. Potentially. I just need some more shares. Oh shit, NVAX triggered. I missed the entry. Oh, I missed the entry on NVAX. See if we can get some pops. Workhorse, yeah, this is gonna be my main watch going into next week. I hope this thing goes like 25, 27 today. Or the higher the better. The higher, the better. Maybe. Maybe, very possible. I mean, if Nikola tanks has a big fade, yeah, absolutely. Workhorse could get affected, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh shit, PDD is almost triggering again. What was the point of that shakeout? Come on. Exactly. It's not supposed to be too easier to smooth. That's the universal law of the markets. It's not supposed to be easy. I see some people pumping this graph on Twitter. LIDAR. I don't know what LIDAR is, but that's apparently the next big thing. What? Why can't I do a fucking trend line? What the hell is this? Okay. Laser radar. Okay. I still don't know what it is. Okay, I'm short some NVAX on POPs. I did 20,000 shares. It's probably gonna bounce off the... I'm gonna lose on it again, just watch me. There's no way I'm gonna win on this thing, because it's just the way it is. I'm 100% prepared to lose on it. That's how much confidence I have in this thing. Star Wars next gen stuff. Okay. I like Star Wars. Damn it, TNA, I got stopped out of it yesterday. I just sold it like break even. I didn't want this thing to turn into a loser, but now it's gapping up. Yeah, Fastly is down 1% or so. Okay, NVAX, nice. I got stopped out already. Yeehaw. Alright, nice. $37,000 loss, just like that. I was in the stock for about 2 or 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yay. I'm so tired of this thing. I don't know. I just can't. Whatever. Okay, PDD, I rebought those 20,000 shares, so now I have 27,500 shares again. Now this thing better go, or I don't know what. 86.73. DraftKings. It's trying to, yeah. It's trying to. Bow, 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 bow. JD looks intriguing. It's just such a slow-moving stock. But I think, you know what? But it's also very low, like, risk. It's like a 60 cents, you know, risk on it. It's pretty good. I'll buy 30,000 shares through the highs of the day, just because I have a bunch of available buying power. My risk is gonna be like 60 cents or whatever. Not the end of the world. We'll see. 60 cents, and if this thing goes up 10%, that's a $6 move. So 1 to 10 risk reward. INO is having a nice bounce here. Econ? What, on the long side? No, dude, no. You have to buy it when it is surfing the rising 10 and 20. No. It's already too extended. This thing broke out a long time ago. Not a good setup. NVAX long? I don't know. I mean, if it reclaims that 82 or if it go, yeah, I mean, it could be a long. It just keeps building higher lows. It could be a long. Maybe it wants to go to 100 plus. Absolutely. It's too early yet to determine if it's gonna be a long or not, but because it's still kind of backside. It's still backside. It's still below these declining 20 and 10 EMAs on the 60-minute chart. It needs to reclaim those at least. I shorted another 8,000 shares of Nikola, man. I feel like this thing wants to go lower. Sting has a big breakdown today, and the warrants are gonna be available on or tradable or whatever it's called, exercisable it's called. So I have 21,800 shares now. I've spent 14,000 on borrows. It better go down. It better go down to like 55 or something today. Nazi? Yeah, Nazi works very well sometimes. Many times it doesn't work. Who cares about the presidential elections? Like, Trump got elected, everyone told, you know, the markets were supposed to crash, and now the markets are supposed to crash again because of this and that. Who cares? Just follow the price action. If you spend more than 2 seconds on politics, you have wasted 2 seconds of your life, really, honestly. Yeah. No, but it's true. How many people didn't publicly sell all their stocks when Trump got elected? And the market is straight up since. Like, the market is gonna do what the market is gonna do. These politicians, it doesn't matter who gets elected. Doesn't matter. Yeah, 2 seconds is too much to exactly listen to Powell. All the politicians are his bitch. Powell is God. Fastly lows of the day. Yeah, still in an uptrend though. Above the rising, it's at the rising 10 day, it's above the rising 20 day. Yeah, we'll see. Tesla, you know, the thing is, Tesla could be a good short setup here, okay? It could be a short setup. Like, I'm not convinced, but this thing is a triple. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna sell a bunch just to... I don't wanna... Let's see, how many shares? I had 50. I sold a third so far. You know what? I'll sell another third. So, or not another third. Yeah, okay, I'm down to half size on this Tesla right now. Lake? Yeah, I'm watching it. LLNW, no, it's not a high tide flag. It's, or I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's just a random low price stock. Could work, I don't know. Not my type. Not my type. I don't know. So I'm down to I've sold almost half of my Tesla so far. We'll see. I hope this thing keeps going higher before we get the big shorting opportunity, but you never know. PDD is going. Hopefully this thing goes to 110 plus. Would be nice. Beely, I should probably sell some on this pop. My first sell? I don't remember. Up 3 to 5% ish. Okay, Nikola looks like it wants to go lower so far. It looks good. This is a perfect short breakdown. One of the hottest momentum stocks. Like, if the Boro wasn't so expensive, I would be in twice the size. But I'm just, you know, I can't hold it overnight either because of the Boro fees. But I really hope this thing can go to like high mid 50s today. And NVAX, I'm not in it anymore. Taking it off. Which one? NIO? Kramer Bassing SHL? That's good, because if he can't bring it down, it means there's a lot of buying there, or demand. I may re-go long SHL actually. Let them bash. If they can't bash it down, it means there's demand. That's a very good thing. NIO, what's this going straight up? No, it's not. It's not. Okay. I remember when this thing was supposed to go bankrupt. Yeah, workhorse. Nice, nice, nice. This Robert Durant on Twitter is pumping this graph hard. Pure plane LiDAR. Okay. Fair enough. This workhorse is now up 170% since I sold it. I fucking love it. Oh my god. I don't trade options. I do not trade options. Yeah, rag pull is imminent. This thing is gonna go down to low 40s in the next 2-3 trading sessions. Or okay, maybe not 2-3, 3 to 5. Question is, how much are you willing to pay to play? That's the question. Everything expensive. Everyone wants to short the shit out of it. It's a nosebleed valuation. You have a company that's worth as much as Ford that doesn't even have they barely have a working prototype. That's where we are in the markets right now. This Zoom is another one I'm watching. This thing wants to go. It really wants to go. Wait, Shady, I think I'm long. Oh, okay, I got stopped in on Shady. Down, 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 down. I feel the what for HLL? Same. What do you mean I feel the same? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you explain further? Triple M? This is not a trading stock. Compared to... I have no fucking idea what SHL is even doing. I really don't. Let's see, electrified big rig from blah blah blah. Okay, some kind of oh, yeah, whatever. Just trading price action. And price action right now says that there is demand for SHLL while there is distribution in Nikola. That's what I see right now. NIO opening, yeah, he could, you know what, this thing could do something crazy. But I'm not gonna chase it up here when the entry was in the 740s. Very hard to chase it. Okay, let's do another scan. A lot of short setups. If we can go straight up for another 3-4 sessions, there's a lot of short setups for next week. But that assumes we go straight up in a lot of these growth leaders, momentum leaders. Lack, yeah, it's getting pumped hard, but there's no volume in it. I'm stalking it, but it's probably nothing there for now. NIO record volume. Yeah, it's big volume. It's gonna be a big volume day. Probably gonna trade 2, maybe 300 million shares, maybe. Apps, yeah, but it's straight up. There's no. The entry on this thing was on the earnings day. I remember I passed on it on the earnings day because it was a pretty thin stock. It still is. But the numbers were really good. Had it been, you know, 2-3 times more liquid, I would have bought it. But it wasn't, unfortunately. Now Soxel is breaking higher. All the semis are going. The entry was 2 days ago. I missed it, and I missed it again. You know. Damn it! Now Nickel is bouncing. Oh, it's gonna stop me out. These things. Do. What? I did not realize the smart money, like funds, What? They buy when they want to buy. Most of them don't look at the charts at all. They just look at valuations. And sometimes even not even that. Tesla are unrelated to Nike? No, Tesla had pre-announced deliveries as whatever they did. They had some number released today. That's why it's gapping higher. Wait, you were interviewed for a contractor position for NIO? But aren't they Chinese? Yeah, NIO has some great cars. I think we've looked at their webpage on the stream before. Yeah, NIO, I've looked at this webpage on the stream before. They look pretty good. I like the webpage. Their site is pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. They are not ready for US markets due to safety, really? Oh. And Volvo is a shiny. Yeah, but Volvo is still it's designed and all of that stuff is made in Sweden and manufactured too, I think. They're Chinese owned, but it's not the same thing. You have a Volvo? Nice. Which one? V70? Oh, okay. Okay, SHLL, this thing is... Kramer bashed it, and it's not going down. I'm rebuying it. I wanted 50,000 shares, I didn't get filled. Whoa, it's going straight up. Oh, I only have 27,000 shares. How do you decide? My position size? Well, it's very simple. you look at how you determine how big of your portfolio you want to make the position. In my case, let's say 7 to 10%. Right now it's at about 6-7% of my portfolio, but I didn't get full size on it. And then you also look at like on the range on the chart. So if I buy 50,000 shares in the high 28s and my stop is gonna be mid 27s, that's gonna be a decent risk, $60,000 risk. Am I willing to risk that much? So it has to do with the amount you want to risk and how big part you want it to be of your portfolio. It depends. Sometimes I buy full size immediately, sometimes I add to my positions. It depends. Okay, JD doesn't look great. Looks like he wants to stop me out. But PDD is now going at least. Okay. Let's see. SH. If SHLL dips back to mid 28s, I'm adding some more. But other than that, I'm gonna just let it be. Usually my position sizes, they used to be bigger, but now most of my swings are around maybe around 10% a new position, 15% if it's a big position. They used to be bigger when my accounts were smaller, but I don't take as much risk anymore. I don't give a shit. I made my money. Now I just try to get by with as few headaches as possible. BLDP going high. Okay, time to start raising stop. You know what? I'm gonna lower my. I'm gonna use the lows of the day on SHLL. Tesla gonna raise my stop. BNTX gonna raise my stop. BLDP raising my stop. PDD raising my stop a little bit. Shopify. I'm raising my stops on a lot of stocks. Solo, yeah, Solo is going nice. The entry was 3 days ago, unfortunately. Or I mean, I guess maybe opening range highs today, but it's easy to say now in hindsight. It's always so easy in hindsight. Oh, Workhorse wants to go higher. It's about to take out highs of the day. I really hope this thing goes like 25, 27 today, and then maybe hits 30, 32 on Monday, and we may get a trade on Monday. Do you hold as long as the stocks hold? Yeah, most of the time. Depends on the stock. If it's an institutional quality stock, I use the 10 and 20. But it's if it's like a pump or like a small cap, like a total hype stock, those trade a bit differently. Then I use, I use like the intraday, like a 20 and 65 EMA more aggressively. So it depends on the stock. But I have blog posts. I'm gonna try to put on some blog posts a little bit more often. I did a blog post yesterday. For those who missed it, you can go find it in my Twitter, the link. Yeah, 20 days a good moving average to use on institutional, like large cap stocks. Great research. I wouldn't call it research. It's just, you know, just an observation. Just an observation. I subscribe to Platinum on TC2000. Is what I do, yeah. No, I wish they go straight up because I want the parabolic moves in these things. I'm fully invested, so I really don't have much buying power to buy anything else. I just want them to go straight up. Yeah, me too. I want to go be long until they put in parabolic moves, and then I want to sell and go short. That's what I want. Okay, JD looks like he wants to stop me out. That piece of shit. Livongo is really the only long setup right now I'm excited about. Like if this thing starts breaking higher, I may add a few. Let's see, how many am I long? I'm long 15,000 shares right now. I'll add another 10 if it starts breaking out of this range. PDD, yeah, PDD entry was opening range highs. And now it's all about waiting. Now it's all about waiting. You get your entries on the best stocks and then you start waiting. Remember guys, the key to big money is not trading all the time. It's trading right and then waiting. No. I'm not gonna short Workhorse today. I will absolutely not short Workhorse today. I'm also gonna work on some blog posts on my 3 main setups and variations of those, so I don't get these questions all the time. If I'm gonna do this or that. There's really only 3 setups I trade. And some variations of those. Three setups that occur over and over and over again. They occurred 10 years ago, they occurred 50 years ago, they occurred 100 years ago. And I have the proof, because I've done my research. For some reason, people don't do their research. They just keep trading and doing these random things, and like I realized, like, after the first year or two, I did these random things. I followed other traders, but thankfully I realized, like, I need to figure out how stocks move. I need to go back historically, look at thousands of charts, and actually get a feel for what do stocks move on? How do they move? And I'm still working on it. I've done it for 7 years now. Most people are not willing to do that. They do a bunch of random stuff and they get a bunch of random results. Yes, stops are opening range lows. No. Durage, that's literally not how markets work. Markets are not a zero-sum game. It's not like poker. Like if one guy wins $100, another guy loses. Markets are a wealth creation mechanism. If you make $100, doesn't mean like someone else lost $100. How? I'll tell you how. If you have 2 wheels and another guy has a frame, and you put those 2 wheels on that frame, now you have something that's more valuable than that frame and those 2 wheels separately. That's how the markets work. That's literally what companies do. And the market consists of companies that create value. Or not all companies create value, a lot of them destroy value, but there's a few super companies that drive almost all market returns, and those companies create a lot of value. Yeah, undercut and rally, absolutely. Works really well. Let's see if we have some good examples right now in my portfolio on undercut and rally. Right now, let's see. Like if you get an undercut of a previous low that gets bought up immediately in an uptrend, That's a bullish sign. That's very bullish. The FMCI, this is one. This one I was long all the way. Had a big dip, right? Undercut the rising 20-day, but it immediately got bought back up. That's a bullish sign. That's one I can. Melee too. Look at this thing. Had a big rally, undercut the 10-day here, and it immediately got bought back up and closed above the range, above the 10-day. Those kinds of things happen all the time. Like if you have stock in an uptrend, you get an undercut of the rising 10 or 20 or sometimes the 50-day moving averages, and it reclaims quickly. That's a bullish sign. But the key is it has to be in an uptrend. Can't be some random stock. Here too, Livongo. Had a big run, went sideways, had a pullback below the 20-day, but it reclaimed immediately. That's a sign of strength. You tried that on NVAX? The problem I see is that you don't know it's gonna be an undercut or if it's gonna be a legit breakdown. You don't know it until after it's happened. That's the problem with the setup. Where do you put your stop? Where's your entry? I haven't figured out how to trade that setup. Like if you go back and look at thousands of charts over the past 50, 100 years, you're gonna have a lot of setup ideas, okay? You're gonna find at least 3 to 5 exploitable setups that occur over and over again, okay? But the problem is some of the setups are a bit trickier than others. Nikola is still hanging below VWAP. So if I short a stock, doesn't somebody have to buy it and possibly lose money? Yeah, possibly. Look, if you buy and sell stocks, there's always someone that may be losing money, like either if they're investors or whatever, doesn't matter. But overall, the markets are an investing creating mechanism. One individual stock, like if I sell some random stock at the top and then someone buys it at the top, yes, that person will lose money on that trade or that investment. But that's not the point. The point is you're gonna make thousands of trades in a year, and there may be a winner or maybe a loser on the other side. Exactly, the stock market grows much faster than inflation. Because as a group, stocks create free cash flow. And that free cash flow gets distributed to shareholders either in forms of buybacks or dividends, and some of that free cash flow gets invested in the business in the form of acquisitions or research and development. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not poker. This ain't poker. Yeah, stop looking at every tick on PDD. Who cares? It's like Shopify. Like everyone for free. When we bought it on the opening range here, in the high 700s, in 790s, you know, some people in chat freaked out when it first dipped here. Don't worry about it, okay? Just set your stop. Look for other opportunities. Or walk away from the computer. There's no point in looking at every tick. Oh, Sonos is breaking out. Exactly, Arnold Palmer. Exactly. All right, I'm gonna do one more scan. You know, I'm gonna do something productive. There's no point in watching paint dry. Maybe there's not much sun outside. Maybe I'll go and tan a little bit, but just so many clouds. We'll see. Maybe I'm gonna work on some blog post or something. The possibilities are endless. That's what it's why swing trading beats day trading. Day trading, you have to sit there and watch stuff all the time. You're always fighting near your entry. Swing trading much better. You can just chill out. Okay, SHLL, now it's pulling back a little bit. I added a little bit more on the pullback, but I still don't have that 50,000 shares I was about to buy. Yeah, day trading is super exhausting. I still like I just can't believe this. Some people who've been trading for 10-15 years and they're still day trading. Like it took me like 2 years to figure out I don't want to be a day trader. Took me 2 years to figure out the big money is in swing trading. And how did I figure it out? Because I went back, I looked at thousands of charts over many different decades, and I realized the big moves in stocks take weeks and months to develop. Boom. Okay, JD, I got stopped out. Fuck this stock, it's too slow anyways. Took a $21,000 loss on it. Exactly, the big money is in the big moves, and it's very hard to get a big move if you're day trading. Very, very hard. Easier on the short side in my opinion, because I've always felt it's easier to find shorts. Because it's easier to find a parabolic stock that you know is gonna have a pullback eventually, rather than finding something that's gonna go up 50-100%, or you know, like not day trading, like an intraday time frame. No, you don't. You can trade as well with a small account. And especially if you're under the pattern day trader rule, it's easier to swing trade. You don't trigger those day trades as often. It's just I personally started out day trading because the people I followed on social media that were mostly day trading. You can day trade with any account size. Oh, sorry, swing trade. How often do you? All the time? All-time high? Most stocks I go long are not near all-time highs. SHLL I went long today, it's not near all-time highs. Some of them are, because that's the type of market we are in right now. But when I went long a bunch of stocks a couple of months ago, none of them were all-time highs, or even close to it. Airlines, they're building higher lows on the daily. Why are you so afraid? They're all building higher lows on the daily chart for now. Absolutely no signs they're gonna drop. That's great, Smitty. That is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna cut the stream here. Not much going on for the rest of the day, I feel like. I have some great entries on a few things, and I'm not really looking to do much more. Alright guys, have a great long weekend. I expect you all go through a couple of hundred stocks as far back as they have trading history. That's your homework over the weekend. Again, if you wanna make it in this business, you gotta put in the work. You have to memorize 1,000 charts this weekend. Yep. If you're gonna spend the weekend chilling, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry, but if you really, I'm telling you guys, if you wanna make it in this business, you gotta put in the work. Alright guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.